Hi everyone, this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. Are you ready for another great tutorial? So this is today's project. You are going to have a lot of fun and it is so easy you won't believe it. Let's start it! Have you watched my last tutorial? The last tutorial I was showing you, I was doing a review of the 10 different kind of cardstock and they explain to you which cardstock is good for what and where you can buy the cardstock. So if you haven't get a chance to check this tutorial, is 138 and make sure you check it out. It's very useful, a lot of information comparing all different kind of cardstock. And then today's tutorial, the idea was actually come from my last tutorial, the tutorial 138. It was the mistake that I made and then it turned out that it can be a great idea. So it was this one. Remember in the tutorial number 38, I was doing this my koi dog glossy. So I stamped this cheetah image and then I think because I kind of move a little bit, I didn't get a clear image. And then I said, no, I'm going to do again. So I did again and it come out pretty crispy clear image. And then so when I was using the stencil, I was too lazy to change the other cardstock. So I just stamp on top of this cheetah image. And then it come out that this result like that. And I just say, that can be a beautiful card. So the idea was actually come from this cheetah. So mistake is good and I always learn from my mistake. It's not a bad thing, it's just a process that you're learning. So always learning something from your mistake. We are human. It's okay to make mistake. So correct it. And then look how amazing those turn out, and it's so easy. You're not going to believe it, and don't blink. The demo is too short. You might miss something. Okay, so let's see today's material list. I have a few background stamps, so there's a few background stamps that's available for 2020's new background stamp. So you use whatever you have. You must have a lot of background stamp, right? So just choose a few of the background stamp. And then you know what? When I do my tutorial, I really try to when I design my stamp, I really trying to planning use this stamp more than one time. I don't want to just buy the stamp and make one card. And what's the fun of that? The challenge is you use the same stamp and they come out with all different kind of design. That's awesome. It just gave me the other idea. I am going to have one tutorial that was the same stamp, and let's see how many different kind of card I can come up with. So you can give it a try too and see how many different kind of possibility that you can come out with just one background stamp and the one set. So that's the background stamp that I'm going to use. And stencils. There is a lot of stencil on the market. I like this kind of plastic one because you can reuse again and again. And so this is from Judy King's stencil. There's a few beautiful patterns. Rubbernecker's also have some stencil. Tim Holtz have some stencil. They also have some kind of paper stencil that you can probably get it from the dollar store. But the only thing is the paper stencil. Once when you apply, the color will stick on top, right? So and then next time you want to use, if you want to use blue color, those orange color may come off. So here is one solution you can give a try. If you have a spray of those kind of spray that protect your shoes when you buy the new shoes, and then you can spray that shoes protection on top of these, they kind of created some kind of coat, and then that maybe will keep this paper stencil stained with the color. Don't use a pen, okay? That's not going to work. It's going to have oil grease on top. So the best thing is that they sell some spray, but I don't really want to ask you to go buy that. Probably costs $10. So digging your shoebox, maybe if you have a can of those kind of spray, kind of can protect the fiber and to get a stain. That maybe works. So give it a try. Try to be creative. What's the hurt 13, right? So that's what's different between the paper one and the plastic one, and just need one or two. If you don't, I'm sure you have a one and two. If you don't have, you make your own. So this is the one of the die cut I have, and unfortunately I lost the package, so I don't know which die cut, which company it is. So you can find some kind of die cut is more like a detail, and the cut the piece of a mirror cardstock. Don't use a regular paper. The regular paper, you're going to have the same problem, like when you use the paper stencil, the color will stand on top. So next time when you want to use it, is going to, you know, make the color is going to be dirty. So use the mirror paper or glossy black. So because the surface is kind of resist, after you blending it, you can clean it and you can use it for next time. So go dig in your craft box to see if you can find some fine die cut, and then you just cut it, create your own stencil. Okay, and then we are going to use the StazOn. I prefer to use the StazOn, and you can see my color is actually a very solid because I stamp 2 times. So it depends on what kind of paper. If it's like a Crunkle's glossy, 1 time will do. So try to use the StazOn or permanent impact. I love VersaFine, but sometimes the VersaFine, it just takes too long to dry. They don't really sit well on the glossy cardstock. So even you leave for a few hours, when you rub the color on top, sometimes it still kind of smear, smudge, those block outline. So StazOn is good, but make sure your StazOn is moisture. Get re-ink your StazOn all the time, and try to stamp 2 times with your stamp positioner. If you don't have a stamp positioner, watch tutorial 45. I teach you how to use a DVD case or CD case to create your own stamp positioner, and it is very useful. So the impact, die-based impact, I use a Mementos die-based impact. I use a Rubbernecker's color fuse. The impact have a 48 brand new color. I like to use that because it's small and it doesn't take that much space. So you use what you have. Thin holes distracts work just fine. And remember, if you want to use the magic mushroom, make sure you use the die-based impact. Don't try to use like a pigment impact, or don't try to use an alcohol, because they are going to stick on your magic mushroom and you are going to have a hard time to clean your magic mushroom. Treat your magic mushroom like your art brushes. You cannot dip in your art brushes in the acrylic and they leave overnight, right? Because they become hardened. So treat those magic mushroom like your art supply and take a good care of them, and then they will last for a long time. So that's pretty much about it. So the cardstock, from my last tutorial, I was mentioning my favorite was the Crunkle. The Crunkle cardstock, unfortunately, they changed the mill, so the new Crunkle in my don't work as an old Crunkle. So Crunkle paper is a little bit hard to find, but we are replacing our Crunkle with MyKoi Dot Glossy and MyKoi Matte Cardstock. So the matte cardstock, where did the MyKoi somewhere? MyKoi, wow, MyKoi cardstock. Okay, so those 3, if you like a matte finish, MyKoi matte cardstock is awesome. And if you like a little bit dark glossy, the dark glossy is not the super shiny glossy, it's like an eggshell, but it's still a little bit glossy. Or if you still have some old Crunkle. After you finish it, if you like to make it super shiny, remember, always cover with a pack of packing tape. So this packing tape is not, it's only probably, 1.88 inches. They do have 3 inches. So if your image is small, you can do that too. So that's an awesome way to make your artwork glossy too. Okay, so that's pretty much your material that we need, and we're going to have fun now. So look, there's a lot of cards here. I just want to show you what's different. So this is a river rock, and see what when it's just with a black image, with a little bit brown color, they looks totally different. And this is our do background stamp, is our brand new stamp. And this one I actually use a Canson watercolor. I just like those kind of rough, fading color, not so shining. And like I say, the Canson watercolor paper, they are nice and thick. They are around 130 pounds. They just blending better and they are not so shining. Look at this bark and this one. They are the same stamp, but they looks completely different. Okay, and then look at our jungle leaf. And this is one of my old designs called Asian Flair. And then see without the color how pretty it is. And then the new one, the Ocean Wave. And this one is called the Movement. And come back to or do again, it's just a different kind of coloring. And I'm going to show you some of them. I'm going to just fast forward it, and some of them, if I think there's something you need to know, I will pause it and then I am going to explain to you. Okay, so before I started, I would like to thank you all my viewers. Thank you for all the feedback and comments. You won't believe it. The first thing in the morning when I wake up, before I go to the washroom, I check my phone and see what the message I have. And thank you so much. That's the energy to keep going on to produce more tutorials and share with you. So if you like this tutorial, give me a thumb up, not the finger, and share this awesome channel with your friend. We are friends. We are small company, so that the people know we are exist. A lot of people, they have never heard about us before, so that will be great if you can just share that, click that share button on the Facebook or Pinterest. That will be awesome. Okay, so I already stamping my image with a Stencils, and this is the Canson watercolor paper, 130 pounds, and it's awesome. It's just so beautiful. It takes me 10 seconds to finish this card. They look so nice because the image is already awesome, and then you don't really have to work too much on top, and every single card is going to turn out awesome. Let's start it. So first of all, I am going to just use a piece of regular masking tape. I'm going to secure my card because I only have two hands, and of course I don't have, everybody have only two hands, so I don't want I don't have a, you know, I need to, this card is stay here. I don't want to move. Okay, so and then I want to just, and then this stencil is just too narrow, and I was thinking about how I'm going to play. So you do whatever you like. I just say, okay, I want to put that spider web there, and so I am going to just tape it. You got to secure your stencil and your paper, because when you're doing the rubbing, you don't you want to make sure they stay there. So I just use a three color, 1, 2, 3. This is three color: magenta, whisper, and firm. So if you don't have a Rubbermaker's impact, just use any dye-based impact, will work just fine, and you will be amazed. No matter what you do, it's going to look awesome. So I have a lot of tutorial to show you how to keep your magic mushroom alive, how to keep them in the best shape. So I am going to just have my 3 magic mushroom ready, and that if your magic mushroom is a little bit dirty, just wipe with a wet cloth and absorb the ink on your napkin tissue, and they are ready to go. So they come with 10 color. Just try to stay each magic mushroom, each color tone, so that way, see, every time when I use my magic mushroom, the color is just so clean. Okay, I'm going to use my green one first. No, wrong. I'm going to use my turquoise, the whisper first. Okay, so just rubbing some color, just a little bit, and find the spot and do a little bit drawing the circle. You push hard, the color is darker. You release a little bit pressure, is lighter. If you don't have a magic mushroom, you can use your blending brushes, your blending tool, your makeup sponge. They will work. They will do the job too. So just be careful. Make sure when you're rubbing the color, be gentle. Okay, so I use this magic mushroom. I kind of drawing a little circle, and then that's really pretty already, right? And I am going to use a little bit green. The best part of this, because you can control, you can rub, you can tap, because the foam is so soft. You know, and also they blending the color together. You want light color, you can do the light color, just release a little bit pressure. You want a darker color, you push a little bit harder. Okay, so now I am going to remove it, and this is something you should know too. So I remove my masking tape, and then see how pretty it is. Let me put it close to you. Isn't that pretty? Okay, and then before you move on to the next step, you are going to just use the wet cloth to clean your stencil. Okay, so that way next time when you want to use it, you always have a clean stencil. And then next, I get a little bit green here, that's okay. So I use, in my previous tutorial, I was showing you the best way to use this acetate, so to do the like a section blending. So you are going to, same thing. And because you can see, right? You can see where you want to blending the color. So it's better than use the piece cardstock. Okay, so now I am going to just use my orange color, kind of blending, and a little bit red. I don't even bother to change my magic mushroom, because orange and the red, they are kind of in the same family. And I'm going to remove my acetate, put it again, because it's seeing through, right? See, that make your job much easier. And just make sure that it's not moving. So rub. And this is a watercolor paper. I just love watercolor. When I was in the school, watercolor is my favorite major. But it's hard, be honest with you, watercolor, you need a little bit practice, you need a little bit skill. And but I always love watercolor, because it's just a show right away. Same thing, after you use your acetate, you're going to clean it, because you don't know when is the next time you are going to use. Okay, so let me show you how pretty this is, the first one. I use exactly the same color, and looks how pretty it is. If you want to put some three-dimensional glue to these water drips, that'd be awesome too. And then stay tuned, I am going to use this card I created today to create some other project. Okay, so next one, I am going to use this Asian, what's the name? Asian flair. I don't remember the name. Okay, so we have Dr. Sean, because he's the person asked all the names. It's so hard to remember. Okay, so I am going to put the link under this tutorial. So if you are interested to get this stamp set, this background stamp, just go click the link. And then I am going to use the Judy King's stencil. This stencil, do they have a number? This one, KS065. It's kind of like a diamond or flowers. Okay, so I already I put a piece of tape under this card because I don't want to move. And then again, I am going to secure with my masking tape. And this masking tape is just regular painter's tape. It's nothing fancy. It does the job. And they are lime green. The lime green, I found out is the last sticky compared with those darker green. See the difference? Okay, so the light green is the last sticky, so give it a try. And then this time, I am going to just use 3 color. So Firm, Christmason, Apricot. Okay, so again, and we are going to start with light color apricot first, and then red and green, and then there's a different way to color. You know what? It's so much fun. You just try to figure it out. Just play. Just try to have fun. Okay, and then while I'm talking, I am going to share something about me again. If you like to know a little bit more, so just listen. And if you don't, you just fast forward to move on to the next tutorial. So It's something very interesting. You know, I'm panda freak. I love panda. I just think the panda, they look so cute. So if you can use a character to describe, like a cartoon character to describe yourself, which character you will choose? I will choose Kung Fu Panda, and I'm going to explain why. So now we use the appicot. I pick up some color and I just find a few spots. I rub a little bit here, I rub a little bit here, and this cardstock is actually Cougar 100. So it's kind of like a regular cardstock. They are not very shiny. Okay, so I just rub here. Okay, so that's it. And then I am going to use the other little bit red color. Find the spot, and then you can just blending. When the orange and red blending together, they become like a darker orange. And just find a few spots. Okay, drawing a little circle, and because I secure my card with the tape, right, I don't really have to worry. And then I am going to use a little bit firm. What a beautiful green. Okay, like this. So my personality is exactly like a Kung Fu Panda. Small hands, small feet, big body, that's okay. And I love noodle. And then I work for food. So if you want me to create a more tutorial, feed me noodle. I can come out with a lot of awesome tutorial. See, I'm exactly, and I looks cute too. I don't know. My husband think I'm cute. Okay, so look, that's what's look like. And remember, you got to clean your stencil and ready for next to use. That looks completely different. And take me how long? Under 10 seconds, isn't it? You can time me. Okay, and then we're going to remove this piece of paper here. And looks how pretty this background. It looks just awesome without doing anything. But I promise the next tutorial, the future tutorial, I'm going to use that. So far I don't have idea yet. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm sure I'm going to come out with something. Okay, so let's move next one. Are we having good time so far? I hope you do. And let's move one more. Let's try to do this river rock. And I'm going to use my favorite impact, London frog. If you want to know what is London frog, you got to watch my last the past tutorial. Is a very hilarious, funny story how I get the name of the London frog. Okay, so I used to teaching before I start my career, right? So I remember this conversation with one of my students. Her name is Nicole, and we are still in contact with each other. Her family and I have been a close friend. So one day I was, while I was teaching, I was asking Nicole. I said, if you can choose to be an animal, what kind of animal you want to be? Do you think what kind of animal is the most suitable? To describe you? And then she was asking me, so what kind of animal you want to be? And I told her I like to become a panda. She said why? And she was like 12 years old. And then I said I like to become a panda. She said why? I said because first of all, panda looks so cute and so fluffy, and their life is they have a very good life. All their life is eating and sleeping. And because they are real species, so the people take a good care of them. Their life is actually, some of their life is more luxury than the human, because I think probably only thousands of panda live in the whole world. So I say I would like to become a panda. And then she said, "You." I said, what do you mean you? He said, but they looks cute, yeah, but they're going to force you to have sex. That was coming out from like 12 years old girl. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm going to say to her. Say because they have to force you to have sex to continue their generation, right? So Nicole was 12 years old. Now she's 33 and she is also a teacher now. I wonder sometimes when her student asks her those kind of questions, what she's going to answer. So I like to be the Kung Fu Panda because I just love noodle and they are stinky cute. Okay, so we're going to move this one, and this one is kind of different pattern, and I am encouraging you to try all different way to coloring. This time we're going to use only two color, the Toffee Crunch and the London Frog. So I am going to start with a lighter color first. Okay, I'm going to just use my brown the magic mushroom, and then I'm going to just tapping some different area. Tapping, rubbing, they all do the job. You figure out what you like. And then the famous London Frog, and I'm going to just do a little bit tapping. Okay, that's what's look like. And then we are going to rotate. You can clean your stencil before you move to the next step. And be careful, some of the stencil is very fine. So when you're rubbing with the wet cloth, just be careful. Don't do too hard. You don't want to damage your stencil. And this time I am going to put horizontal instead of vertical. And then again, we're going to use a brown color, tapping. Okay. And then use the black magic mushroom. Oops, I dipped in the wrong color, but that's okay. In my previous tutorial, keeping explained to you, you can easily clean your magic mushroom if they are the wrong, you dipping them in the wrong color. So how do you like this one? This was the river rock background stamp, and it looks totally different, right? So that's the third one, and that move to the next one. And remember, always clean your working station and clean your stencil. Make sure they are nice clean for your next use. Okay, so I was mentioning what happens if you don't have a stencil and then you really want to make something. Okay, so I am going to use this movement background. Okay, this is the movement, and same thing. Oh, and then when you want to secure your cardstock, you kind of just rolling your tape, right? But make sure, try to keep it as flat as you can, because you don't want to have like one lump in the pumping, like a poking your cardstock. Okay, so how did I do those kind of like a swirling looking? Remember, I was explaining to you, grab one of your detail die and then cut a piece of mirror paper. It doesn't have to be black, it can be red as long as they are mirror, right? And then this one, I kind of use the green, turquoise, and the purple. For this one, I'm going to try some orange. Okay, so let's try the orange here. Okay, this one we kind of have to hold it. And then those magic mushrooms, they are awesome because you can tap. Tapping is much easier than, you know, the rubbing. And then just try to keep them in the same spot like this. Okay, give a little corner. That's what it looks like. Isn't that nice? And then you can actually rotate your paper. Find the, ooh, where did my, okay, it's still there. Okay, and then you are going to, again, if you need to clean your magic mushroom, do so. So I'm going to just use a darker red and then kind of create some color here. Just tapping. Okay, just try to avoid the, don't move. Okay, and then now again, before we want to move to the next step, clean your table. And then this one kind of rubbing a little bit if you want to change your color. I want to show you because now I kind of want to use green. Okay, and then because if the color is still sitting on top, and then you using your green magic mushroom, green and the red, they are going to create a very ugly color. If you don't believe me, give a try. Okay, and you will see. See, I just use a green, kind of, you know, fit it out the gap. Same stamp, same stencil, looks totally different. How do you think? Let me know. Okay, so next, let's just move. Did you get an idea yet? So it's time to go digging all your stamp, find some background stamp, and then start to having fun. I like to do, let's do this ocean wave. I just found out, I just think this is just so pretty. And let's try some light blue. Make it look really like an ocean. So let's try these. And first of all, I got to make sure my magic mushroom is clean. Okay, so just use a clean wet cloth and kind of squeeze all the ink out. And then it's very important to use a napkin or Kleenex or dry towel, kind of absorb your magic mushroom. As soon as when you use a light color cardstock, you rub the color on top. If there is no color, that means your mushroom is ready to go. Like this is the blue one. When I do that, they still have a color here. So if you want to go dipping in the light color, you got to clean it first. So that's something you got to know. Okay, so I am going to just use this whisper. It's a very, very beautiful turquoise color, and our magic mushroom does have the turquoise color. Okay, so find a spot and then just do like push hard, release a little bit color, push hard, drawing a little circle. Okay, and then find the spot, push and release the color. Okay, and like this. Okay, and then now we're going to do the purple. So the purple color is dark color, so I don't even bother to clean my magic mushroom. So just find a little bit and then see how pretty when the purple meet that turquoise, they kind of created some kind of darker purple color. Okay, who doesn't like a purple? Everybody like a purple. Okay, so when I was doing the show, I traveling a lot. And at this moment, be honest with you, I don't really missing the traveling life because it's too much. It's like 100 days a year I'm actually staying in the hotel traveling. But I do missing all our wonderful customers. They are just so much fun. And at the show floor, people always ask me, wow, how many demo you do all the time? I say sometimes probably 200 demos a day. And then they ask me, do you dreaming about the stamping? You know, do you dreaming about it? I say no. I only dreaming about the food. I don't dreaming about the stamping. Okay, look. Oh, I forgot to put a stencil. Okay, I just want to show you that looks nice. So stop talking. Concentrate, Lisa. I'm sorry, I forgot to do the stencil. But I just want to show you, see how pretty it is without the stencil. That's okay. I have one extra sheet ready to go. I am going to find the ocean wave and I'm going to do the stencil. Okay, am I talk too much? If I do leave me a feedback and let me know, so I will talk a little bit less. Okay, so I forgot to put the stencil, and that's what it looks like. Oh, it looks pretty too, right? So I'm going to use this the stone fill, and if you haven't checked my other tutorial, I was showing this tutorial using the same stencil. That's pretty unique, right? So, but now we're going to use the same thing, and we are going to just put on top of our ocean wave. And remember, you got to clean your stencil. Just easily wipe off with a wet cloth, and then they will come off. And then I'm going to do this, but I am going to actually let's try. Now I'm going to use a turquoise color. Okay, so we're going to use this whisper again, and then find a spot, just start drawing. How about we just use one color to see what it look like? So hit hard, release a little bit pressure. Again, hit hard, release a little bit pressure. And hit hard and relieve a little bit pressure. Okay, sometimes you can just use the same makeup, the magic mushroom, and then kind of blending, and let's see what it look like. I think, you know, they totally give you different kind of looking, but you be the judge which one you like the better. I just want to show you the same material, same stamp, same stencil, but the different way to play it. They all come with a different result, and then that's the fun part of the stamping, right? So just give it a try. That's what it look like. Okay, so let's move on the next. Okay, so in my last tutorial, I was explaining the papers, right? So this kind of blending, if you want to use a super glossy, only the Crinkle work well, or the McCoy Dot Glossy. The Candle Pro, Costco's Kirkland, and the Staples glossy paper, they don't really blending well. Okay, so just notice that. And then now I am going to do this one. So this is my bark stamp, and then that's what it look like. It looks good, but I like to try something different. I like to try with a red rose with a little bit green. So okay, I am going to do the light pink, and first of all, I got to make sure my light pink, my magic mushroom is clean. Okay, so because this is a pretty light color, so I already repeat too many times how you can clean your magic mushroom. So now it's good. Still have a little bit pink. You want to have a completely clean, just squeeze more. Okay, oh, this pink is still a very it's dark, so but that's okay. So I find some spot, and I'm going to just dig the other fuchsia. Okay, and then this is the matte coat. So the matte coat, because they have some kind of finish coat on top, and then the first time when you apply the color, those finish coat kind of absorb all the ink. So they are not like a watercolor paper. They can blending in. So just be careful. You can add a darker color. I'm going to show you, but just be careful. The first time when you apply the color, that's pretty much the color they are going to stay. So, and then the color is a much vivid, much brighter than on the watercolor cardstock. Okay, so let's do a little bit of this, and I'm going to do a little bit red. You know what? You give a try, and then if you like to share your final work with us, that would be great. I get a lot of a great tip from you guys too. So if anything you like now to know, or you are planning to invest some money on some new tool that you don't know, leave me a feedback. I can go to do some research and create a tutorial. So let's do a little bit darker green. Okay, not dark enough. We can even, you know, because they can kind of blend in together. See here, I kind of use the firm juniper and the whisper. Okay, so I use the whisper on the juniper. They actually create a darker green, and I have no idea what's it look like. So I finish like that, right? And then I kind of want to add a little bit darker color around it. I am going to grab this pumpkin, and I'm going to use my orange. And if you want to make it darker, you kind of give a tap, because on the matte cardstock, the rubbing, you can get a very limited color on top, because those coating is already seal your paper. So no matter how much you adding it, I don't think so it's going to make any difference. Whoo, I think that's really pretty, isn't it? So that's kind of new way to play your background. And always remember, clean your working station. Okay, if sometimes your those are the dye-based impact, it's very easy to clean, wipe off. If you use some darker, like some impact is more stubborn, you can just mix with a little bit bleach, Windex, and then try to clean it. Just be careful if you have those kind of matte, those bleach, maybe remove those grit. Okay, so that's, see the same background stamp, the same stencil but different color. Isn't that unique? Okay, so I am going to working on the last one, and then this time I am actually combine two different stencil. Just to give you an idea, you know what? You are the boss, you are the artist, is your artwork. You do whatever you like, right? So let's just put a little bit here, and I'm going to just do the horizontal because I want to do half and half. So I am going to find my stencil. Let's should you know that doesn't really go. Let's do see these two. I think it's really unique. It's just so beautiful. It's so artistic. It looks like I spent a long time to make it. That's what exactly you're going to tell your friend. Don't tell them you just finish your 5 seconds. Tell them you spent all afternoon and then spend a lot of time, make your eyes so sore to create a card for them. Okay, so I am actually going to reverse these two colors. I'm going to use the blue to my spider web, and these, I don't know how to, it's fish scale, to do that the other side. So let's see what's look like. Okay, so are we having fun? If you're having fun, let me know. I like to know. Okay, because you know, create a tutorial, I'm talking to the air. I like to hear from you. I like to hear, you know, the feedback. So I am going to just find you can move around like this spider web, the center part, I put that corner. This time I actually want to put my center part a little bit, or I want to have a 2/3 a little bit lower. Okay, but the lower, see, be creative. I want to be lower, but I can't go lower than there. So you just switch. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to do this. And then now say, I'm going to say, I want only half, right? So what I'm going to do, I am going to, so this is all about the skill, right? So I only want half, so I'm going to use my acetate to block these, to in case that I don't accidentally cover there, right? So it's a great tip, just give it a try, and I don't mind to share with you. That's why I'm having this channel. And then, you know what, believe or not, something wrong with me. I'm so enjoying. I'm so excited, come out with some new idea and share with you. Okay, so we are going to, I'm going to use a tree color. I'm going to have at least a whisper. I'm going to have this one, and I'm going to have the toffee crunch, the poo-poo color. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit whisper, and then find my spider web, and then start with the dark, like a hard push, and release the pressure a little bit. And then I'm going to, I'm too lazy to change my magic mushroom, just use the same one. And then same thing again, kind of go around it, drawing a circle. If you have, if you already purchased a set of a magic mushroom, please help me, leave the feedback. We don't have a show to showing the people to let them give a try how wonderful those magic mushroom. If you bought a set you like, if you don't like it, don't bother. Well, I'm joking. If you don't like it, please send me an email, let me know why you don't like it. But if you like it, please help me to leave a review. You know, every time when I buy something, if I don't know, I actually I consider those review. So helping other, what do you think? If you think it's good, you know, just leave a good review. How good, why you like it. If they are not good, you know what? I will take your suggestion and I will figure out why you don't like it. Okay, so let's see what it look like. I think that's totally different color, right? And then clean the stencil, clean your masking acetate for next time, and clean your table. And then we're going to working on the other section. This do background stamp is our new design. It's just so pretty. Okay, let's do that. And that's going to the last tutorial. So you can do vertical or you can do horizontal. I think I want to do horizontal here. Okay, and no, I want to have a more those kind of curve here. So same thing. If you are worried about you accidentally color here, you know what to do, right? Use a piece of acetate to block it. Okay, so where's my tape? Oh, okay, about the review. So if you like to help me to leave the review, just go to our website, find the magic mushroom, and under the picture, there's a review button. You just click that button and leave any notes there. That's it. Okay. So that way you're helping the people, because some people, they were just wondering what is this, what's different. That will be awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to use the green for my this one. There's too many way to color them, you know, so you can do, you know, let's try something. Let's try apply the horizontal, see what's it look like. Oops. Something drop. Okay, a mushroom drop on the floor, but I don't know which color it is. I hope I don't need it. Okay, so green. Okay, and then I am going to just apply my color horizontal. Start with the green, and then I am going to add a little bit whisper. Okay, see, as soon as when the green touch the whisper, they kind of create some kind of green. And then I am going to use the purple with magenta. Okay, it's you know, I keep saying those magic mushrooms is good. Is not, you know, I'm not trying to selling it. You know, you can use brushes, and then once when you try brush, because those brushes always go under. So it's just a good tool, and I like to share with you, but don't get it wrong, I'm keep trying to sell this product for you. I'm just share this awesome tool with you. And if you have a set of this mushroom, please let the people know. Okay, so let's see what's this one look like. Okay, let me just clean. Okay, remove your blocking acetate. Okay. There is one more thing I would like to add it out. See, so far, how many different kind of technique I have been shared with you already, right? Are you having good time? There's one more thing. So this is exactly the same, okay? The same background stamp, different color. Okay, now I want to do a little bit more. That's it. Why not? It's not hurting, right? So I am going to use which color? Let's use this Apica. Okay, and then I am going to just pick up some color, not too much. Gently give it a little bit tapping. That white color, I want them back off a little bit. Okay, you see the difference between this spider web and this spider web, right? So this spider web, I just give it a little bit apricot color to try to solve those white outline. Only you want to. And for this one, let's try some whisper. Okay, gentle. You don't want to leave any mark. So just dipping very, very light. Okay, and then if you want more, let's add a little bit more. Okay, just be gentle. If you're not sure on your magic mushroom have too many color, kind of remove a little bit, and then give a tap here and there. So now your white outline is back off. So see, it is not piece like a piece of artwork. I can just mount this on the. Or I can just glue all together and create some scrapbooking pages, anything you like. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and I am actually going to use those background card that I create today for our future tutorial. So I don't know what I'm going to do with. Stay tuned, and you don't want to miss it. So if you are new to the Local Kings YouTube channel, welcome. Make sure you subscribe that motorcycle and turn on the little bell. I am having a new tutorial coming out every 1 or 2 days or 3. So if you don't want to miss it, just make sure you click that little bell and then turn on the notification. When I have a new tutorial, you will receive a notice. And at this moment, we don't have any promotion on our website. For our viewer, here is a 20% off discount that you can use for our online shopping, and it's going to expire May 31st. For the paper cut, the Ron and Sarah, they offer 15% off. The coupon code is LK15OFF. So you can use this coupon code to purchase some matte cardstock or glossy cardstock that you need, or the Cougar. They are US companies, so their shipping is probably cheaper than from Canada. So this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. I can't wait to see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.